In this video, we will cover how to download and use MARCo's main oversight of companion history and information MOCHI, the caregiver software that allows for data review and control of each MARCo. Step 1. Download and install. When you purchased your MARCo, you should have been provided with a download link for how to get MARCo MOCHI. If you lost the link or believe you never received it, contact MARCo Technologies. Once on the download site, look for the download link for your operating system, i.e. Windows, Mac OS, or Linux. Click on the download link and it should start automatically. Once the installer has finished downloading, you can click on it to start the install. If you are prompted that you could not verify the operating system, tap Run Anyway. Once MOCHI is installed on your computer once, you will not have to install it again. When updates are available, the software will automatically update itself. Step 2. Starting up. Once MOCHI has been downloaded, you should see an app icon for it on your desktop or start bar. Click on it to open. Once you get to the login screen, enter the administrator login information that was provided to you with the download link to MOCHI. Do not share the admin login with anyone. If you need to grant login permissions to another user, there will be an option to register new users. Once inside, you will find yourself in the main screen. On the left-hand side is an icon for administrative tools. Here you can select to add new users who can log into the MOCHI software and assign permissions. In the center of the screen you will see the option to load backup data. Let's talk about how to get that backup data. Step 3. Getting data and loading users. To get data from a MARCo unit, you will need a USB flash drive. Bring it to the MARCo you want to get data from and plug it into an available USB port. With MARCo on, initialize it with the big green button on the start screen. Then, go to the settings icon and select the Backup to USB option. MARCo will say whether the data was successfully backed up to the USB drive. You can then remove the USB drive and plug it into your computer. Click on the field Load Backup Data and you will be prompted to open a file. Go to the USB drive and locate a file titled marco_backup.tar.gz. Select this file and click Open. From there, you will see that the screen has changed and a set of options have appeared. From this screen, you can see the different users that are registered with a certain MARCo. You can change the user you are currently viewing by clicking on the drop-down menu with the user's names and then clicking Update. Once you have selected a user, you can scroll through the fields below the user's name to review that user's data. Basic information and general information contain general info such as a user's name, phone number, and general interests to help you get a better idea of the user. Session information gives an overview of how many times a user has used MARCo, as well as how frequently certain patterns come up. For professional caregivers, these patterns are MARCo's way of identifying cognitive distortions, and can help to give you an indicator to the types of recurring thought patterns that the user struggles with the most frequently. Mood tracking contains graphs of how a user's mood fluctuates over time, as well as what emotions are most prevalent over a certain period of time. This section will also provide snapshots into things a user says that MARCo identifies as either the most negative or the most positive as a filter to identify the key areas to focus on with a user. Additionally, there is a graph for MARCo's impact on a user, so you can determine if MARCo is improving or harming a user's mental health overall. High-risk information allows you to view the number of times MARCo has identified high-risk indicators, the most recent occurrence, as well as the ability to download copies of the Columbia Suicide Severity Rating Scale for each recorded instance. Caregiver actions allow you to modify MARCo settings, create or remove users on MARCo, and send messages or assignments to a designated user. When you apply each one of these settings, it will generate a new file on the USB drive you selected. To have MARCo apply these changes, plug the USB drive back into MARCo, go to the Settings page and select Load from USB Backup. MARCo will let you know if the data from the USB drive was successfully loaded. This can also be used if data must be moved from one MARCo to another, such as in the event of a MARCo being lost, stolen, or irreversibly damaged. Future updates to MARCo MOCHI will occur periodically, and this video may not reflect all current features included in the software at the time of the update. This concludes the instructional series on getting started with MARCo. If you skipped any of the earlier videos, be sure to go back to them now.